All right, if you're in facility management, you know the deal. Information is everything, right? But what if you could get that information, any procedure, any safety manual, any schematic instantly, like right now? Well, that's exactly what AI promises. And in this explainer, we're going to break it all down. We'll look at how you can use it safely, practically, and solve some real-world problems in your buildings. So let's just dive right in. Okay, so let's just cut to the chase with the biggest question on everyone's mind. We've all played around with tools like ChatGPT, and they're pretty amazing, but can you actually trust them with your company's sensitive data? I mean, are you really going to copy-paste a confidential maintenance report or some HR info into a public website? The answer, and I can't stress this enough, is absolutely not. The second you hit enter, that data's gone. It's on someone else's servers, and you have zero control over it anymore. It's a non-starter. So that really brings us to this fundamental fork in the road, right? You've got public AI on one side and private AI on the other. And the difference here is, well, it's everything. Think about it. Public AI, your data gets sent out into the world. Its brain is the entire internet, the good, the bad, the weird, and you have no control. A private AI, though, is the polar opposite. It's your system. The data stays on your systems. Its source of knowledge is only the documents you approve. And the best part? You have total, complete control. Okay, so private AI sounds like the way to go, but it probably also sounds super complicated, right? Maybe a little intimidating? Well, let's pull back the curtain on this supposed black box, because I promise you, this isn't some kind of magic. You really don't need a degree in computer science to get what's happening under the hood. So the engine that makes all this work is called a large language model, or an LLM for short. And here's the most important thing you need to know about it. It is not thinking, it's not conscious, it doesn't understand anything. An LLM is basically just a giant statistical model. It's looked at tons and tons of text, and all it's doing is predicting the next most likely word in a sentence. At its core, it's just really, really advanced math that's incredibly good at spotting patterns in language. That's it. It's a pattern machine. So how do you even build one of these things? It's actually a lot more straightforward than you might think. Step 1, you take a huge amount of data. For those big public models, that data is basically the entire internet. Step 2, you run all that data through a really powerful math algorithm. And step 3, the output. What comes out isn't the data itself, but a big set of numbers. We call them parameters. You can think of these numbers as a kind of compressed statistical map of all that original data. And that collection of numbers, that's the model. It's a mathematical representation. And here is the part that might blow your mind. You do not need a giant blinking data center to do this. Believe it or not, a single Mac Mini, yeah, that little box, is powerful enough to run a really sophisticated private AI for your whole team. It can just sit in a server closet right there in your office on your own secure network. It's a simple, reliable, and honestly, pretty inexpensive solution. All right, so now we've got our secure AI engine chugging away on a simple computer in our office. That's great. But a brand new model doesn't know anything about your building, your procedures, your team. It's a blank slate. So the big question is, how do we turn this general-purpose tool into a hyper-focused expert on your facility? This is where the magic really happens. We give the AI what's called a knowledge base. Just think of it like we're building its own personal digital file cabinet. And what goes in it? Your documents. You just start uploading your stuff, all your standard operating procedures, your safety manuals, building schematics, old maintenance logs, even HR policies and compliance docs. All that critical information that keeps your facility running, that now becomes the AI's private reference library. So, training this AI really boils down to just two key things. First, we give it information. That's the knowledge base, that digital file cabinet we just built. And second, we give it instructions. We tell it how to use that information. And that second piece, that's what we call the system prompt. The system prompt is, for all intents and purposes, the AI's job description. It's a rule book that you write and you control. You literally tell it how to behave. You might write something like, "Okay, your name is Facility Bot. You are a helpful assistant for our maintenance team. Your only job is to answer questions using the safety manuals I've given you. You will never guess. If the answer isn't in the documents, you will say, 'I cannot find that information in the approved sources.' See, you are setting the exact rules of engagement. Okay, so our AI has its library of documents, and it has its job description. We've built it. Now, let's bring this down to earth. What does this actually look like day to day on the floor? How does this tool become a real thought partner for your team when things get busy? Okay, picture this. A technician is out on the floor. They need to do a lockout/tagout on HVAC Unit 3. Normally, what happens? They've got to walk back to the office, find the right 3-ring binder, spend, 15-20 minutes flipping through pages to find the right procedure. Now instead, they just pull out their phone and ask, "What is the lockout/tagout procedure for HVAC Unit 3? And boom, instantly they get the exact step-by-step answer. And even better, it shows them exactly where it found that information. Page 47, Section 3 of the HVAC manual. Now just think about that. Multiply that time saved across every task, every person, every single day. We're talking about a huge boost in efficiency and, just as important, in safety and consistency. Now, having that kind of instant access is obviously a game changer, but it also probably raises some alarm bells, right? How do you manage all this? How do you make sure the right people are seeing the right things and that the answers it gives are always trustworthy? Well, the answer is simple, and it's the most important theme here. You are in complete control. First off, let's talk about access. You control it through simple user account management. You decide exactly who gets an account, and you can get really granular. You can create different groups. So maybe your maintenance team gets access to all the SOPs and schematics. Your safety inspectors get access to the compliance documents. Your admin staff gets access to HR policies. You make sure everyone sees only the information they need for their specific job, nothing more, nothing less. Second, and this is maybe the most crucial part, you make sure the AI is trustworthy. You set up a hard and fast rule. It is only allowed to answer questions using the documents you gave it. Period. This is a super powerful safety layer that completely prevents the AI from hallucinating, making things up, which public models sometimes do. If the answer isn't in one of your approved manuals, the AI is programmed to just say, "I don't know." It won't ever invent an answer. And finally, you get a bird's eye view of everything. You have complete oversight. You can actually monitor every single interaction with the system. This is huge because it lets you see what kinds of questions your team is asking. You can see how the AI is performing. It helps you make sure the tool is being used effectively and that it's actually helping you meet your goals. You can literally see exactly where it's providing the most value or maybe where your documentation needs a little updating. All right, let's just boil this all down to the key takeaways. Number 1, public AI is risky for your business data. Private AI is secure. Simple as that. Number 2, AI isn't magic. It's just a tool, and it's a tool you can train on your documents. 3, you are in the driver's seat. You control who uses it, what it knows, and how it behaves. And finally, number 4, the payoff here is huge. It saves an incredible amount of time. It improves accuracy, and it gives your team instant access to the information they need to do their jobs safely and efficiently. So I want to leave you with one last question to really make this concrete. Just think about your own office right now. Think about your team's daily workflow, and picture that big shelf full of binders. If you had this tool tomorrow, what is the first manual you would love to never have to flip through again?